Okay, go.
The young woman walked into the clinic hoping for a new life and a fresh start. She walked in hoping to relieve burdens and baggage. She went in thinking she knew exactly what she was getting herself into. Sadly, this was not the case. She signed all the papers and went into the sterilized room. She left feeling like less of a person than when she came in. What she thought would give her a new hope only left her feeling empty and alone. This is a girl I know. What she thought she was doing for the better ended up leaving her feeling helpless and depressed. This is what happens to so many young women out there who choose to get an abortion. This girl has regretted her decision ever since. Abortion is unethical because it is the murdering of another human being, and it needs to be stopped. Defined in the Webster's Dictionary, a person is the living body of a human. A human defined is a member of the genus Homo sapiens. Thus, defined a fetus as a person fitting under both the criteria of a person, because it is the living body of a human, and the criteria of a human, because a fetus is a member of the genus Homo sapiens. So why are we told that babies aren't viable, humans, when in fact they are? Because people who are pro-choice believe that if we don't think that a baby is a human, then it has no worth, making it easier to kill. Did you know that according to Oates, who wrote From the Hips, a book on pregnancy, that babies begin to develop different body parts and look like we do in an incredibly short amount of time? We're told that a fetus isn't a person until it is born, but just because it is living in a person doesn't mean it isn't living. It still has a beating heart, brainwaves, and it moves the same as when it is first born. Also, there are many babies born that aren't viable, whether it's because of birth defects or the inability to grow. Should they be aborted also? Or is it okay because they're born, making them a human being? The answer is no. Every person has a right to life, and no one has the right to take that away from any single human. When a woman gets an abortion, she may not know in the least what she's getting herself into, because abortion clinics can be very misleading when it comes to their procedures and after effects of the surgery. Most women aren't told what exactly happens to the baby in the procedure to make it easier for them to disembody themselves from the terrible truth of what is happening. Did you know that a baby can feel pain at 8 weeks? Most abortions, believe it or not, occur after 8 weeks of age. How would you like to be able to feel yourself being killed in some of the most inhumane ways imaginable? The matter of the fact is that women who don't know what they're getting into are more likely to have traumatic experiences when the truth dawns on them that they have taken another human life and it's too late to save them. They're also more likely to kill themselves or be depressed. The impersonal way the doctors talk about an abortion and don't mention the after effects can have devastating consequences on the women who may have made a different decision had they known exactly what would happen to them. The Bible teaches that human life is different from other types of life because human beings are made in the very image of God. States Pavone of Priests for Life, if we're made in the image of God, then we're killing one of God's sacred creations. We're more valuable than thought to be when we take into consideration who we are made in the image of and what our purpose on earth is. Secondly, the Bible states that abortion is a crime punishable by the death penalty, as stated by Jim Rudd of CovenantNews.com. The Bible states in Exodus 21:22-23 that if men strive and hurt a woman with child, so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no mischief follow, he shall be surely punished, according as the woman's husband will lay upon him, and he shall pay as the judges determine, and if any mischief follow, then thou shalt give life for life. Is this not enough cause to stop this senseless killing? God himself not only made us in his own image, but he gave us a law stating that we're not to kill our unborn children. Also, as stated by Rudd, God does not make exceptions that tolerate injury to any pregnant mother or any child in the womb. In fact, curses come upon and overtake nations that refuse to administer justice, as stated at Deuteronomy 28:15. God himself clearly decrees that no unborn life should be taken. So why then is there still debate about abortion? We live in a world where right and wrong are shaded in gray areas, and what was once thought to be murder is now considered a woman's right. There are ways that the modern-day Holocaust can be stopped, though. Although the ways that we can help to save our young are very offensive, we can try and act on the defense. When something is brought up regarding abortion, we can impart our knowledge and opinion on those who will listen. If we do not argue about it, but simply allow others to hear our point of view, we may be able to make a mark on those who are impartial or even those who have the opposite view of ourselves. When anything happens to come up, say a vote such as our recent proposition here regarding a guardian of a minor getting an abortion to be informed before the surgery takes place, vote in the opinion of pro-life. We ourselves cannot make a person's choices for them, but we can certainly do all that is possible to influence that choice. Thank you.